Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
So what was the most interesting case that you've ever worked with?
Wow, interesting case. I'll start with probably a celebrity case. So when I was working in the field for about 5 years and I had finished my graduate degree, I started my own practice. And my first celebrity case was a football player, a quarterback player for the San Francisco 49ers. His
Really?
name was Joe Montana. And so that's what got me into the sports medicine side of physical therapy.
Which of your patients' recoveries inspired you the most?
Wow, tough question, good question. You know, they all inspire me in different ways. Probably when I worked at UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles, that was a big trauma center. So you saw people that had horrendous orthopedic injuries that took months, years to recover from. Was there a single one? Probably not a single one, but there was a woman that had a serious motor vehicle accident, lost vision, had multiple fractures, multiple surgeries, and over the course of several years, just seeing her get back into dance and movement again was probably the one that most inspired me.
She was a dancer?
She was a dancer.
Have you ever had a serious injury yourself?
I've had a couple. So water skiing, I got pulled forward by the guy at the boat who's supposed to kind of gradually accelerate and just took off. So I tore a hamstring muscle. And then out exercising, jogging, I hit a rock and rolled the ankle and had a sprain in the ankle. So those have been the only two in my 60 years of life.
That's actually coincidence because I picked to interview you because my dad had a really serious injury last year. He tore his whole ankle, the whole thing shattered, and it took him about a year to recover.
Did he have a fracture?
I think the whole thing was
The
shattered.
whole thing. So how was it treated? Do you remember?
He went to physical therapy for about a year, and he has a plate and some
Oh,
screws
so
in
he
his
had
ankle.
surgery. So yeah, he
It was pretty
fractured.
bad.
So that's a bad one. So usually when the ankle goes all the way over, it cracks several bones. So then they have to go in and plate them. I have a woman coming in tomorrow who off the bicycle went over the handlebars, rolled, landed on the shoulder, so now she has a plate and screws in there. And so she'll require quite a bit of therapy to get it back. Did your dad get his recovery back?
Pretty much. He's pretty into exercising, so
that's good.
It was
That
a
helps.
big
That's
setback.
a big difference.
But he was really motivated to recover, so I think motivation probably helps a lot.
Definitely does. Definitely does.
But now he can feel when it's about to rain. So.
Yeah, so weather changes, that's a true thing. Every cell in the body has a negative and positive charge. When you have an injury, you get an accumulation of negative particles in that area. When the atmosphere comes in, it's charged. Like today, all the weather fronts, the atmosphere is more negative than positive charged. Two negatives, what do? They collide. And so it creates discomfort.
Probably.
Yeah.
Finally, what led you to this career? What inspired you to become a physical therapist?
Back in 4th grade, Mrs. Lindstedt, my grade school teacher, she had us dissect cow's eyes, worms, and frogs. So that's where my interest in anatomy came in. And then when I was a sophomore in high school, about your age, kids that had physical handicaps, disabilities were being mainstreamed into the school system, but they weren't getting the arts, drama, dance, and music. So a woman by the name of Miriam Perrone started a program called Camp Sunshine, and this was in Rockford, Illinois, where I'm from. And so it was through the Park District. So I volunteered at that, and then my high school counselor, Judy Luter, said physical therapy does a lot of this kind of work. So that's how I got into the profession, and I graduated, gosh, when did I graduate? So 1980 with my degree in physical therapy. I've been practicing it now for 42 years.
Well, it was so nice speaking with you today.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.